Welcome to the Phoenix Prosperity Podcast, where wealth meets legacy. Join your host, Tim Fergestad, as we explore the journeys of Phoenix's finest to success and beyond.
Hello, this is Tim Fergestad. Thank you for joining us. I'm very pleased to have Fain Brandt with me here today. She is a certified AI consultant, LinkedIn expert, and sought-after speaker with over a decade of experience helping professionals and businesses achieve exceptional results. She transforms LinkedIn profiles into opportunity-generating powerhouses. Welcome to the show.
Well, thank you. I always love it when someone else reads my bio. I'm like, oh yeah, that's me, right? Because I don't think that we give ourselves credit enough when we're business owners sometimes. And when someone reads the bio, you're like, oh yeah, I do all that. It sounds really good.
Right? Yeah. It's particularly when you put all your history into like one sentence. It's like, wow, that's really impressive.
I know. Well, thank you for having me on the show. I'm really excited, especially since I just found out you're over on the West Side by me.
Yep.
I love that. So we're gonna have to do coffee. I love
right.
I do West Side. Like West Side. I made it up. I didn't know it was a thing. But we're gonna have to do coffee in person. I love meeting people in real life for a cup of coffee or tea.
For sure. Sounds great. I could use some caffeine right now.
Yeah.
So that sounds awesome to me right now. Okay, so Mary, why don't you give us a quick snapshot of your business, where it's at right now, what you do,
where my business is right now.
And because you wear a few hats. So
I do. But don't all business owners wear a few hats, right?
Yeah, some of us wear too many hats. You really need to focus at some point.
I focus on two things. There are two things that I do a great job at, and I can say that confidently. One, LinkedIn. I've been in the LinkedIn world for 12 years now.
Okay.
So I call myself a LinkedIn strategist. I don't like the word expert because that means I know everything. So I'm a LinkedIn strategist and consultant. I write profiles. What I learned is that my clients are too busy. They don't want to write their profile, create their background banner. So I put together a package where I do all the heavy lifting for them. So it's called my Done For You package. And I write the profile, the company page, the experience section, and I create content for a few select clients because my content is all custom. It's not generic. It's not what you're going to get off Fiverr, right?
Okay.
Very custom to their business, their clients, and what's going on in their business, because that changes. And then the other thing that, I'm always like, what's next, is that in 2022, I became a certified AI consultant, probably one of the first group in the world. Jeff J. Hunter is amazing. He created the AI persona method. When I saw my good friend Stephanie sign up as number 4, who owns a marketing agency for over 20 years, I was like, there's something to this AI. I better at least understand it. And so I wanted to take it a step further. How can I help my clients use AI, implement AI, and strategize with it? So I became a certified consultant, made a lot of mistakes, early on, too many rockets, use words like treasure trove. That just screams AI, right? Rocket, launch, all those things. So I actually have a whole list of words never to use. And I train my AIs not to do that. And I give that list to anyone I work with or that asks for it, because I want us all to be successful. So use AI, but learn how to use it the proper way.
And don't put in the little green check mark emojis throughout your documents and all that stuff.
No, you actually say, do not use emojis, and insert those yourself.
Okay. Another little tip. What percentage would you say of your time currently is spent on LinkedIn versus AI, and how much of those two overlap?
It overlaps a lot with AI is used in all my LinkedIn services. So it overlaps a lot for myself, for my clients. I do audits on accounts, on LinkedIn accounts. That's really more me looking at your LinkedIn profile. When I'm writing profiles and experience section, I have a questionnaire, right, that takes all the information that you're telling me about you and your business, but AI makes it look fresh, right? I worked with a VP of a company that I'm currently still working with, and we meet after I draft everything for like I schedule 30 to 45 minutes and we review, we do edits. She looked at it, read it through, and we were done in the call in 15 minutes. She goes, Mary, you made me sound so smart and important. I'm like, because you are. But the thing that people don't have, they're usually not naturally a talented writer, right? If you're a VP, you're doing the job, but you're not writing profiles. You're not, I don't think that we're taught how to write about ourselves. That doesn't come naturally. How do I position myself to sound like the expert I am, the professional I am, the CEO, the VP, right? The director? Because I think in our minds, we think, oh, I shouldn't showcase who I am. I shouldn't pat myself on the back. So I think that it's hard to write about yourself. You were telling me this is going to be a show all about me. I'm like, speakers don't want to sit and talk about us, ourselves. We want to talk about our trade because we need to position ourselves as the experts we are, but we don't want to sound, what's the right word? Like a know-it-all.
Sure.
Right?
I come from Minnesota, where we're very reserved, and you wouldn't dare brag or boast.
Right. So then you hire someone like me that can do the bragging and boasting for you. And so the story is that this VP was like, "Oh my gosh, this sounds exactly on point." I positioned her as a VP of a 43-year-old company here in the Phoenix area, a well-established company, but she didn't have the capability to write that way,
Okay.
and she loved it. So that brings me so much joy when I help
Yeah.
someone else position themselves as the expert they are.
Sure. What are some other challenges people struggle with that you can help them with?
Content, engagement, growth on LinkedIn, all of those areas, because most business owners are busy working in their business with
Right.
client calls or product orders. They're in the depth. They don't have time to spend on LinkedIn. And the myth is that you have to spend hours. People are always like, oh, Mary, you must spend hours on LinkedIn. No, I have a business to run. I spend enough time on LinkedIn. I make sure that my profile is updated. The other myth is, oh, I created my profile. It's great. Is it outdated? Is it
Okay.
dusty? Right.
Sure.
So, making sure your profile is updated, and then content. You don't have to post every day like Instagram, but in order for people to see you, you do need to post.
Right.
So, creating content is always was it called the Achilles heel, right?
Okay.
The pain point. So
Right.
I think doing that, and how do you outreach? How do you do outreach on LinkedIn? Those would be the three things.
Okay. And well, just if you could provide a little insight into what's the worst thing people get wrong?
On LinkedIn,
Yeah, the most common thing people don't
oh my
understand.
gosh, I've seen some. Um, no banner is really bad. It's not the worst thing, but the vague banner from LinkedIn. Um, Probably if they're just trying to grow their network and we call it pitch slap in the DMs. Hey, Mary, I see that you have a website. I could help you with it. Like, that's probably like, I'm going really generic, but we get really long messages like, you don't
Right.
know me. I
Right.
don't know you. Those messages get deleted. Like, no, you're not going to say, hey, I can help you with SEO. I don't know you. And
Right.
I probably have someone doing that for me. Thank you. No, thank you. But you're not
Right.
even going to get a reply. So bad DMs, that pitch slap, and just not having a completely filled out profile,
Okay.
just not putting any effort and time into it. You have an opportunity to tell your story and why you're so great to work with, or maybe the product that you're selling is amazing. There's so many places, so many touch points on LinkedIn. And if you're not filling that out completely, you're missing out on the opportunities, because in today's world, it takes 12 marketing touch points for someone to want to do business with you. And LinkedIn can be 5 to 6 of those if
Okay.
you understand how to use it.
Sure. Okay. Excellent. Can you clarify the 12 points? I believe that was a Google study, right? It was like 11 touches over
Well,
four
it's 12 touch
locations
points.
of
And so
7 minutes.
you
Anyway, yeah.
might meet someone at a networking event. They're not going to sign up for your VIP day, right?
Right.
You give them a business card. They go back and they look at your website, and maybe they look at Facebook or Instagram. They look at LinkedIn, and on LinkedIn, you can have a featured section, right? With
Hmm.
some testimonials. Dare I say, put a client testimonial right there, that social proof. They can look at your content. They can look at your business page. They can look at your business content on your business page. The Google My Business is another touch point, right? So an email, they sign up for your email list. I had someone who this was a few years ago. She signed up for my career coaching program, which used to do career coaching. And I always ask, oh, who do I have to thank? How did you hear about me? Was it a referral? I always like to say thank you. She's like, no, I've been following your content for 6 months. I just wasn't ready.
Right. Yep.
So all those touch points.
Yep. Add up. People need to get comfortable, and not everybody runs at the same pace.
No, and some people like they want to watch and see, what are you talking about? Where are you at?
Right.
So like some of my posts are just about networking and giving back to the community. We talked a little bit about that. I am a big proponent. Every event I ever hold has a component of giving back. So LinkedIn Local Phoenix, when I moved here during 2020. We all know how that went. You didn't get to meet people in person. And so what
Right.
was I going to do to meet my new business colleagues and create this circle? And so I did LinkedIn Local in San Diego, and a friend of mine was like, Mary, why don't you just do LinkedIn Local here? So I did, launched LinkedIn Local Phoenix. I had a co-host, Bruce Carnahan, and we did 3 events a year. And with each event, we gave back to a nonprofit. Our first
Oh, nice.
nonprofit was OCJ Kids, Foster Kids, and Gary Webb. I love that organization. I'm still involved with that organization. Second organization, Benevilla, serving seniors here on the West Valley on this side. Still giving back to this day through that organization because I developed a relationship with them. But what
Right.
we
Nice.
did at our events is we opened up, we allowed them to come and speak. Not only did we raise items, suitcases, luggage for the students, socks, sweaters, and slippers for the seniors in the colder months, but we allowed them to speak and educate others on what they do and how they can help. And I think
Okay.
that's important. I feel like as a human, we all have an obligation to give back with our time, talent, and treasure, right?
Sure.
And to educate others on opportunities.
Yep. I agree. That's awesome. Sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Before we get into sort of your, challenges and lessons learned and your future goals and stuff and impact and stuff, I want to talk a little more shop about AI,
Okay.
switching gears from LinkedIn to AI. Can you share a little bit of, okay, go ahead. You're ready to go. Just go
I
ahead
love AI. So let me just say, I get it. It's scary. You're afraid it's going to take over. But guess what? Y'all have been using it for over 10 years. So I don't know if you can see this. This is called your cell phone. AI has been on here for years. I know you just saw Apple update AI, Siri, Alexa, Google, all of that is AI. So we've all been using it. AI has been around since the 1950s. The government's been using it. IBM's been using it. It has been around. It's not new. What happened? This is what I say. What happened was Pandora's box was open when ChatGPT, we all had access to it. When I say we, the average person. That's when AI blew up, but it has been being used for decades. So don't think it's new. Number one, don't think you haven't been using it because you have and you've enjoyed it when you just pick up your phone and talk to it or tell Alexa to turn on a light. That's my favorite thing. Or turn the AC on, right? Especially in Phoenix. This is all AI. Now, what we have to worry about is, how do I say this? Dumbing down who we are because we're using AI. But
Sure.
who hasn't used Grammarly to make sure your grammar's on point? Your sentence structure's on point, right?
Autocorrect, right?
Autocorrect. That's all AI, you guys. So I like to showcase or teach people how to use AI ethically, efficiently, right? How to use it properly, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're not going to just say, write a post on Google My Business. You're going to dive in and you're going to train your AI assistants. I call them AI assistants. I have an email one, social media. I have a bio creator. I have a brand assistant. I have a ton of them. They all have a different job.
Right.
right?
And
Because I
they've
don't
all
want
been
to feed all my
trained with
branding
different,
into
right.
an email person. Email
Mhm.
is written differently. So if you learn how to use AI, it can really become a brainstorming business person for you, right? You have an idea, you can use AI to flush that out, which in the past would have taken weeks, months, right? You can create your SOPs. You can create job descriptions. I mean, there is nothing that you can't use AI for. Literally. Pretty sure. I might be off, but I'm like sitting here like menu planning, event planning, eulogies. We used it to write my mother-in-law, not eulogy, but my husband used it to kind of tighten up what he was going to say at his mother-in-law's
Sure.
service.
Right.
Because that's a tough one to write, right?
Yeah.
One of the features I love, and I just used it, is the voice on ChatGPT. I'm dyslexic, so typing all the time, whew,
Mhm.
that gets hard. But the voice, using the voice note on ChatGPT is amazing. So I
Yep.
took
And
pictures.
I like to do that in the car because it's hands free. I can just have a conversation with it while driving.
Don't you get the best ideas in the car? You know what I do well in the car? I can give you a whole speak. I can do a whole talk from start to end in my car perfectly. So what I start doing is I turn it on so it can capture it.
Okay.
You can create your presentation decks, your proposals, your contracts, everything using AI when you know how to use it. I have a bunch of notes. I'm just going to do this so you can't see what they are. Pages from a training that I'm in.
Okay.
Now, those are written in how I understand the training. Now I need to type those up because this is chicken scratch, right?
Right. Right.
I'm not going to type that up. That's a time waster. I took pictures in order, loaded it to ChatGPT, gave it instructions. It created a Google Doc for me with the
Right.
headers, with the bullet points. I just have to go in and review it and see if am I missing anything. But
Yeah.
typing that up would have probably taken me 30, 45 minutes.
Right.
So why would you not work smarter, not harder?
Yep.
So
Yep.
it's
For
really,
sure.
brainstorming. It's a time saver. Of course, I think everyone uses it for content. We all, email, social media. I set up a branding assistant and I rebrand it because I did have AI. You know what I didn't do? Is I was doing AI sessions, but I hadn't rebranded my business until last year and
Okay.
had a new website with some AI. I was like, I need to let the world know I'm doing AI. It was word of mouth that I was getting all my clients. So
Okay.
we rebranded and did the website and everything. And then in February, I was like, I need to come up with some new taglines. I need to update my bio. Like, I really need to infuse it more with AI, but keep
Hmm.
that Mary's brand on it. And I spent 45 minutes to an hour redoing my entire brand from top to bottom. What if I had hired someone to do that? It would have taken a month to get back,
Right.
and I
Right.
guarantee you it wouldn't sound as good.
Wow.
Now,
Yep.
now
Cheaper,
granted,
faster, better.
you have to understand I've been using my AI since 2022.
Right.
And so data is most important. You got to feed it data. So I
Right.
asked for a career history, like kind of give me a synopsis of my career. As I said, I started as a career coach in 2014. And then I added LinkedIn because all my career clients, what did they need? Huh, they needed a LinkedIn profile. And then I dove more into LinkedIn. In 2017, we launched the LinkedIn bakery, serving up bite-sized tips so you don't get overwhelmed. And then that, grew and morphed into Mary Fain Brandt coaching and consulting. And then last year we went to master it with Mary. So you can master LinkedIn or AI or whatever I decide to teach in the future.
Okay. Right. Yeah. Yeah. I like that. That's a smart pivot from the brand.
Right? So it's
Um.
all about pivoting when you're going to talk about lessons. You
Yeah.
got to be open to pivot. I've seen some people become very stale.
Sure. Sure. So, in terms of educating people, you have a few different tools and free trainings and webinars and things for different industries as well. You want to share some of those?
I do. So like my upcoming,
Yeah.
so there's a couple different ways. People, I do a lot of in-person speaking. I do a lot of online webinars. I do one-on-ones. I have some webinars coming up for notaries. And I'm really excited to be partnering with Bill Soroka again because he's here. He's from here, Phoenix. We've partnered
Okay.
together on several things. He was the first sponsor for LinkedIn Local Phoenix. He actually he kicked it off. He sponsored us for a year so we could get
Is
it up.
is this is this notary training?
This is the AI notary training coming up in
Okay.
July, so we can drop a link to that. Um, I do have two trainings that are one is live right now, the other one will be live in about a week. And so that's the from notes to knockout decks, how to create a
Okay.
deck literally in 2 minutes using an AI tool, and I show you how to do it. I give you a workbook and everything. It's the only tool I use. I've kept it as a secret, but people have seen me when I do an AI webinar. They're like, and my friends are like, why aren't you sharing this? I'm like, I figured everybody knows about this, and they don't. So we put together a training that is available, and then we have the photo shoot that never happened. That's right. Did you know you can do a full branding photo shoot in less than an hour? And you don't have to pack up your clothes, your props. You don't have to have your hair and makeup done. You can do it with AI, and it is amazing. And that's going to launch in about a week.
Nice. Can you say just a little bit more about that for our listeners so
Yeah.
they,
So
they
that
have a better
photo
idea of
shoot
what
that
you're talking
never
about?
happened. As a business owner, you need new headshots, you need branding shots that show you on location. Maybe you have a podcast. I drove to San Diego when we launched our first podcast, and we did a photo shoot at a coffee shop, and it was $750 for 4 pictures, 4 photos. And I dragged my equipment, 3 shirts. Like it is an event. It is
Right.
a project. And while it was fun and I appreciate it, we don't always have that luxury of the time or the money when we
Right.
need new branding shoots, right? Maybe we're going to pivot. We have new colors. We have a new logo. We have a new service we're providing. And so with the photo shoot that never happened is really about you creating amazing branding photos that look like you. They 100% will look like you. And I have about 10 prompts that you can use, but you can take these prompts and you can decide which prompts you want. So I have ones of you in the coffee shop. I did on a TEDx stage. I did ones at the conference, and you actually can dress yourself how you want to be dressed. And it's a process, and it's using 2 different tools, but they're very inexpensive, literally 5 cents an image. Let me
Wow.
just put that out there. If you're thinking, oh, this is going to be so expensive, it's about 5 cents an image.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And you get 4 iterations. It'll give you 4 of those. And they look just like me. I've got my hot pink jacket on that everyone knows from my branding. My hair is like curled. I've got the white headset on because that's part of, all my microphone and headset stuff is all
Okay.
white. Then just for fun, I did one of me walking off of a jet plane. And then there's one of me on a boat. I did some fun ones, sitting at the beach at sunset because I am from San Diego. That's still part of my branding. I love coffee, I love
Okay.
kayaking, and I love San Diego ocean.
Okay.
So with this training that I've been holding on to, again, they're like, I have people on my wait list. I'm like, it's coming, it's coming. Very, very affordable. Walk you through everything that you need to do. There's some prep work on your end of taking photos of you, right? Just
Hmm.
on your cell phone. And then I give you all the directions of what to do and your workbook and your
Okay.
checklist and the tools that you need. And it's five cents an image, you guys. 5 cents an image.
That's awesome. So if people want to sign up for some of that through your links and stuff, can you share some of those?
Yeah, so the Gamma one is being promoted right now. And I think I'll drop it on my featured section.
Okay.
I'll put the link to that. And if anyone's interested in the AI, the photo shoot that never happened, they can DM me on LinkedIn or
Okay.
they can email me at hello@maryfainbrandt.com. I'm putting the
Okay.
final touches on that
All right.
because I want it to be perfect. I know there's no such thing, but that one I'm like, oh, this has got to be perfect. So everything's done on that. We're just recording the video on Friday.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah, so
Great.
literally next week, those will be available. And if anyone's interested in 101 or you have a networking group or a mastermind, I speak to a lot of masterminds on AI. I love doing those webinars, and it's not just a talking head. Nobody likes that. I'm like, let me show you how to use this tool.
Right.
Let me show
Right.
you how to use this tool. Now you're going to put
Very
those
cool.
together. You can create an automation. So that's how I do my webinars.
Okay. Love it. Yeah. Yeah. It's a workshop.
It's really more of a workshop. You're going to get like my AI tool list, maybe a workbook, depending on my AI notaries. They're getting like a workbook, two workbooks, two checklists, um, and access to a really cool tool that'll write your profile for you.
Okay. That's great stuff. Great stuff. And so mainly just LinkedIn, check out your site, your page, as well as your featured section, and DM you specifically for more.
Yeah, I'm going to add that right now. I'm taking a pen. I just messaged my VA today saying, hey, we need to change my banner on my LinkedIn. We need to add the Gamma and the AI notary training. Like we need to put slides with the QR codes up there.
Okay. Yep. Very cool. Very cool. If I remember right, you have like is it a GIF or some sort of animated banner?
I have a slideshow.
Okay.
That is a newer feature on LinkedIn, a few months old, and it is available with premium.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
To
it's
get your
pretty cool
attention.
because you can showcase if you do more than one thing on LinkedIn, it's
Hmm.
hard to put that on your banner, right? You don't
Right.
want to confuse people. And
Right.
so I have one for LinkedIn, one for AI, one about networking because I'm a big proponent on networking, Tim. I know that we were
Yep.
talking about that before, but it's really important
Yes, it is.
to get out there and network. Someone just emailed me today about being a speaker, and I'm always like, hey, how did you get my name? Because there was no like introduction. Oh, so and so dropped your name and said you'd be great to talk on AI. I'm like, oh, I love her. That's great. I'll make sure I say thank you.
Right.
And
Yep.
that was because we hadn't seen each other in a while. And I went to two events literally in the last month and saw her twice. So I was top of mind, tip of tongue.
Yep. Yep. Perfect. Perfect. That's a testament to all your efforts.
Yeah.
Yeah. And providing strong value.
Yes. Yes. My efforts and what I bring to the table.
Yes. Okay. Um, I have some newer, deeper questions I like to ask. We'll try some of these out. What have you done in the last 12 months that has changed your life?
Ooh, I say no more.
Oh, excellent.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's
And
something I
then the book by Mel Robbins, The Let Them
let
Theory.
let them, yeah.
I think that is a game changer, and everybody in the world needs to read that. So just let them. I'm going to do what I'm going to do, and people don't have to love it. As long as I'm not hurting anyone. Yeah, and this goes for family, friends, and business. Like, just let them be who they are. Let them
Right.
react how they're going to react. So,
Sure.
listening to that book and then the 5 second rule by her as well. Really,
Okay.
the 5 second rule, how to make a decision in 5 seconds. Stop sitting on things. I'm great at sitting on things until they're perfect. There is no
Okay.
perfection, right?
Right.
Nothing's going to be perfect, no matter how much we work on it. So instead of sitting on it, release it,
Right.
let it go.
Right.
And, with AI, being an AI trainer, there's a lot of AI trainers out there. Some of them, they probably had a month of training and they're calling themselves an AI consultant. I gotta
Right.
let them do that. I had a friend who took a different AI training. She's like, I didn't get half as much as you did. I'm like, okay. So you need to vet those training courses. So in the last
Right.
12 months, saying no, listening to and implementing the let them theory.
Okay.
Um, and I think just I met with someone in San Diego and I told her what I was doing. And she's like, I just told our friend I've never seen Mary so confident. And I think that I just feel like I'm in a really good place.
Awesome.
And for me to be 100% transparent, Tim, that has a lot to do with God. I'm a
Okay.
Christian. I go to CCV. I love it. I serve. I've learned to pray more, and I've learned to, it's not on my time, it's on God's time.
Okay.
And so for
Okay.
me, like that has been a game changer this last year.
Okay. Excellent. Good for you. That's great. I think there's been a few studies out more recently that I've heard of that show um, it's like labs, right? On medical labs and stuff, people with lower cortisol or just less stress and other stuff are people who pray more, have a gratitude practice, all those sorts of things. And one of the best things you can do to find purpose is to serve others.
Yes. And I love serving others. I always have the gratitude journal. I've tried it a couple times before because I always want it. It's got to be big. It's got to be perfect. And I've just like, no, I just need to do it. It could be three
Right.
sentences or 30. And so shifting my mind that it doesn't have to be so big. The gratitude journal, I don't think that we take time to recall what we're grateful for every day.
Right.
It might be a
Yeah.
phone call. Or maybe we think, "Ooh, I can only be grateful for something super big."
Right.
And I'm grateful for the little things. Like I'm grateful for my husband, or I'm grateful that my girlfriend called me on Tuesday to check in, or I'm grateful for the connection I made at church. And
Right.
that's what life is about. It's not about the big house, the big car, having 5 companies, going on amazing trips. Those are good things, but in my opinion, those are not the great things.
Right. Well,
Great
just
things are the people in my life, the experiences I get to have with them,
right. Being healthy,
being healthy.
having warm water,
Yes,
clean
like
water. Yes.
having an AC right now. I am thankful
Yes.
for that.
Right.
So I think shifting my mind to this gratitude for everything that I have been blessed with and not
Right.
comparing myself to others. I think that was a big game changer. Not
Okay.
comparing myself to others. I don't have FOMO anymore, fear of missing out, in case our listeners don't know what that is. In the social media world, like I feel like it's a condition. FOMO. Oh, if I'm not doing a podcast like her, or if I'm not doing a live show, or if I'm not speaking on that stage, or if I don't have a big course, like that FOMO,
Right.
always, always. If I'm not going to that conference, who am I? I'm going to be left out. So I kind of let
Right.
go of FOMO too.
Sure. I think those are potentially related aspects to the gratitude and that hectic frenetic aspect of daily modern living that you can't be grateful for things unless you take a moment to actually be grateful. If you're too busy putting out fires all day and you're not thinking about the 19 things that went well today. You're thinking about the one thing that didn't,
You only
right?
focus on the bad. Why don't we
Yeah.
focus on the good?
Well, it takes time. You have to have
It takes
time to stop
time.
and think
And you
about
have
it
to
and make an
change your
effort.
mindset. You
Yeah.
have to change your mindset. Not
Right.
what went bad today, what went good today.
Right. But to change your mindset is you have to have a practice. You have to make the effort and be
Yeah,
intentional about it. Right? Is what
definitely.
I think. That's what I've experienced.
No, you have to make it a habit, make it a practice. It has to
Right.
start day one. And you don't have,
Right.
I don't do it every day. If anyone's listening, like Mary, I can't do it. I don't do it every day. Here's what I do. I'm telling you, 3 to 4 times a week, I do my gratitude journal.
Excellent.
And
Excellent.
it's, do I wish I did it 7 days? Sure. But you know what? That's just not going to happen. But 3 to 4 days, that's good.
Okay. Yeah, it's okay. That. This is all gold. I appreciate you sharing, Mary. Um, you mentioned a couple of things you have coming up. Those are both great. Final question as we wrap things up. What do you wish you knew about building wealth and success earlier in your career?
So much. Do we have another hour?
Nope.
Because I swear I'm going to write a book one day called "How to Save $10,000 to $20,000 Your First Year in Business." Number one, everything does not need to be perfect, especially your website, especially these days. So, number one, everything does not need to be perfect for you to launch. Do your research, understand your audience before you make a program or a course. Do they really want it? Probably not. Okay, I'm just going to say that. Number three, don't worry about pricing. You're going to figure that out as you go. You don't price yourself the same point that someone else is priced at when you're just starting out,
Right.
right? Get testimonials early on and continuously. I'm amazed at people who have been in business 10 years that have testimonials that are 5 years old. That is irrelevant at this point. Use the Profit First method. If you haven't read Profit First book, I want you to get it right now and read it and understand it. It's a game changer. I have money in all my little buckets.
Right.
Right. And that literally, that was important. Tax time, no problem. I'm set.
Yeah, that's a good system for people who don't like to do their P&Ls every month and everything. It's just
or for someone starting off, like it's an easy way to get yourself. This is my owner's account. This is my profit account. This is my tax account. This is my
yourself.
Yeah. So it really, and it's a simple thing, but it was important. Network, get in the room with people that are smarter than you, that have done it first, and listen to them. You don't have to do everything they say, but take it all in and take out a nugget for you that you can implement, and literally implement fast. In today's world, don't sit and wait for it to be perfect. These AI trainings, I should have had them done in February. Okay. I like to be totally transparent, but I'm sitting on them because I want them perfect. No, I just need to block off some hours and get it done. What else? Buy the right equipment that you need. Don't be cheap. If you need big monitors because it's easier, go get those. I know people who work on one little monitor, you can't afford that. And hire a VA, a virtual assistant. Do it from day one. Get them on board. I wish I had done that earlier, because it's a game changer when you have someone doing the stuff that you don't need to do and probably don't want to do. And you don't have to hire them for 20 hours a week. Start with someone for 5 hours a week. Right. Start small and grow them into your business. And before you hire them, test them. I want you to test 3 people. You give them one assignment, and they should do this for free. And you want them to get it 80% right, 80% done in 1 hour. So the task needs to take almost an hour. Now, those that can get it done, great. If they don't get it done, you know that they're out. You're not hiring them. If they get it done, then you want to check it. Is it 80% on point? You probably have a winner. So don't just hire a VA. Do your research. There's some great companies here that I can connect you with if you're interested in something like 20 hours a week. But I don't want people to be afraid of getting started somewhere.
Right. Well, you have to know what your time's worth and delegate.
Yeah, I love delegating.
It's important. I struggle with it because I'm an analytical type and very detail oriented, and that's that path to perfection, which you said is very inhibitory.
Time is worth more than money. Always, always. At the end of the day, money is great. It pays our bills, but time well spent, time with our friends, with our family. For me, kayaking down the Salt River, going to San Diego, just even going to the gym with my girlfriend. Like, that's a weekly thing. Yep. That is more important than all the money in the world. And if you're only in business to make money, you're missing out what life is all about.
For sure. Mary, we already talked about if people want to connect with you, they can do it on LinkedIn. Is there any other places they should reach out to learn more?
LinkedIn is where you're going to have a conversation with me. You can follow me or look at my content on Facebook and Instagram, but that's typically not where I have my conversations. Okay. So if you ever want to have a conversation with me, LinkedIn, DM me, tell me that you saw me on Tim's show, or send me an email.
Okay. Excellent. Sounds great. Thank you, everybody, for listening and watching. Thank you very much, Mary Fain Brandt, for joining me today. We very much appreciate you sharing your insights into LinkedIn and AI and success in Phoenix and online. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Inspired by our guests? Visit PhoenixProsperityPodcast.com/guest and join us on the show and share your success story with Tim. The spotlight awaits.